Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about understanding ownership as well as the security descriptors. So what are those? We've already talked about ownership in a previous video, but the security descriptor is really important. Essentially, when an object is initially created using NTFS or sitting on an NTFS partition, as an associated descriptor or security descriptor will be also then created. That's going to be the overall management of that object. The security descriptor will contain three key pieces of information: the user or group who owns the object, the user or group who allowed or denied access to the object, and the user and group who accesses the object will be audited. So owners, permissions, and audited. So those are the important ones here. Although the owner of an object can set the permissions of an object so that the administrator can't access the object, the administrator at any time or any one part of the administrator's group can take ownership of an object. So you can specify whether you want to replace the owner of the object or the subdirectories of that object. And if you do, then you can see how they're all related. So how do you determine the owner? Well, if we're looking at the GUI, we can be looking at the object properties, or if we're looking at a terminal, we can do a dir with a /q. So let's go and let's check this out. Alright, so inside our Windows 10 environment, I'm going to go ahead and look at an object. So now let's look at shares. We can look at the security, we can see if there's a SID. You'll notice sometimes if the machine is a little laggy, you'll see the SID instead of the alias. And that's okay. You'll notice it took a second and then it refreshed to the actual name. So that's how we can view the users and groups that are associated with this object. Go to Advanced, you can see the owner. It says owner. If we change the owner, there it goes. We can modify the owner to, let's say, administrators. Administrators. And then I can say replace the object on the replace the owner just on the original object or all subcontainers. I'm going to go ahead and just replace it on the object and not on the subcontainers or the children. That way we can see if it works. So I'm going to look at administrator. That's going to be the one for share. Anything inside share, go ahead and make a new object. They will inherit the permissions, but I'm logged in as student, so even though I'm logged in as student and the parent is owned by administrators, the new owner for all new objects created in the folder are still going to be the user that was here. I'm going to look at test 1 and test 2, and again we made those earlier, so I'm going to go back and just want to verify. I'm going to make a new file, call it test 3. I'm going to manipulate my share. Again, it's like security, advanced, change the owner. Sometimes it's a little laggy when you click change owner, so just have to be patient. I'm going to change it to admin. And again, I'm not replacing it on the children. So if I look at the share again, admin is the owner. Go inside the share, go inside the object, and the owner hasn't changed. So you can manipulate the owner as much as you want. So again, the descriptor are going to be those properties. It's going to be our permission. It's going to be who can do what. So that was part of it. The other part was opening up command terminal, and we wanted to see C:/share dir with a /q. So you can see the directory. So let's see if this works on the root drive or on C drive. dir/q. And it does. It shows you the directories. The weird part is the spacing isn't always as good as it should be. So NT service is the trusted install, and then here is the actual location, programs. Shares. For Windows, it's the NT service trusted installer. So again, the spacing in our log is not, or in our command terminal is not the best, but this is how you'd be doing this via the command terminal. Alright, so that is looking at our security descriptors in a nutshell. Questions, concerns, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.